If you are not a member of House Veth'aal, you do not belong here. Truly, you are a heretic with no regard for respect.
Forgive my brother. He has been forgetting his manners of late. Viktor, this is Anaskel's chosen. You recall Lovik sent word.
I recall he spoke of a newly anointed promised. And we do not need help, especially from an outsider.
You can't continue to refuse the council. You must act. Your inaction is killing you.
Precisely, which is why he leaves me no choice but to say this. My nephew Varric has left, and until he returns, Viktor refuses to assist the council.
These are hardly matters for the ears of an outsider. You have no idea what you speak of. You are an outsider. You have no understanding of our house.
Is this not the opportunity you've been looking for, brother? A third party capable of finding Varric?
Yes, you said so yourself. Someone with no loyalties to speak of. And if he's become promised, truly his arrival is more than coincidence.
Serpent, give me strength. You both speak true. Perhaps I have reacted in haste. Tell me, Divina, are you well practiced in discretion? Then perhaps you are more promising than I initially thought. As Vittoria mentioned, my son, Varric, has left. Essentially, he has abandoned his post. And not only did he turn his back on his house, but the great serpent as well. He is a traitor and must be dealt with as such.
Viktor, surely you don't mean it.
He does, Luther. He is allowing his fervent pride and anger to cloud his judgment. What my brother is trying to say is that he wishes his own son dead. First, we lose Vashti to that malignance tearing through Dazra. And now you so willingly offer up Varric. As if our house has not suffered enough loss already.
Of course it would. As someone from the settled systems, you have no concept of what the great serpent demands of us. I do not wish Varric dead, but as head of the Ministry of State, he left me no choice. All must serve. Those who refuse will be met with death. And showing leniency for a house member at a time like this when order is needed most would be unwise.
The law. Our work is not so simple, and you know it. You act as if death is the only answer. What about forgiveness?
I will not risk the ministry's authority on the actions of my own son, even if he is my chosen heir. If the High Council wants my cooperation, I need you to find Varric and carry out his sentence.
And I would ask you to spare him. My brother is acting under impulse, not reason.
I have never been more clear. Speak against me one more time, and you will regret it. Varric has a signet ring with House Veth'aal's family crest. Bring it to me as proof of death. Only then will I grant you access to the power grid. There is no other way. The Ministry of State must uphold order, and you will be expected to serve as we all do. I recommend you start by speaking to patrons of the Herald's Rest. Some of Varric's associates there may know where he went, but keep in mind, anyone who has directly aided him in hiding is an accomplice and shares his fate. If they were, they will pay the price. And remember, absolute discretion. All anyone needs to know is that you are looking for Varric for personal reasons. I will not risk word of his disappearance getting out before I can say the situation has been handled.
Remember, Diviner, that I would ask you to spare my nephew.
My wares have been tried and tested by the brave soldiers of Dazra. I would be happy to take your money.
Everything's gone. How can we possibly build after this?
Rebuild structures. We can erect monuments, memorials.
Sometimes it feels like we're not making any progress.
Can I get you anything? Some koza to lift your spirits? Varric? Depends on who's looking for him. And Vi, of course. Sounds like Varric, at least. Truth is, I haven't seen him for a few days myself. But if you find him, tell him he better come check on his tab. I know he's good for it, but since he gave Eggy permission to use it, it's sky high. If he owes you a drink, you know I wish I could, but I'm afraid I just can't help you. It always helps when you have a personal connection. I'd hate to be the one blocking good news in a time like this. All right, fine. I don't know where he is, but there's a man, Tain Salavea. He might know. That one's easy. Tain's a bit of a regular ever since Dasra went to hell. Just wait around a bit, and he's bound to wander in.
Great Serpent will deliver us from this. I know it.
Hope things start looking up soon around here. Hey, aren't you that outsider made promise that showed up here recently? You telling me they made you promise, and you aren't even a believer? The High Council must be really desperate for answers if they overlook that. I'm an outsider myself. It's hard to get into the whole giant snake thing. And proud of it. I've been toting stuff back and forth for these people for years and still get the cold shoulder most places I go. But then these people lose half their city and you show up, and suddenly it's divine intervention. It sure has, to say the least. Anyway, enough about that. What can I do you for? I know the name, sure, everybody here does, but the man? Not much. Someone like me doesn't exactly hang out with house bigwigs. Viktor Veth'aal, huh? That's no small name around here. Well, I guess that depends, diviner. Who wants to know? Oh, sure. You just show up out of the blue and suddenly want to know where to find House Veth'aal's #1 son? And I know he wasn't lost to whatever ate up half of Dazra. Plenty of people have seen him since. Although, let's just say after what went down here, my retirement's looking imminent, and I haven't exactly been saving up for a rainy day. So if you're feeling generous, maybe we can help each other out. Nice to see we operate on the same wavelength. I'm pretty sure he's heading into the Highlands. Just not sure where. But I do have the means to track him. So you just say the word and we're off to the races. Oh no, I'm stuck on you until this is over. Let's just say I have an investment to look after. Once we're outside of Dazra, I'll fire up my tracker, and fingers crossed, it'll lead us right to him. Just head out the west gate, should be the fastest route.
Forgive me, I am tired today.
Will I ever see my family again?
Got a limited range, so just keep heading northwest of Dazra until we pick something up. Something's out there. Don't see it. That's a lot of stuff you got there. I'm getting tired just watching you. All my years and all the planets I've been on. Never gonna get used to those things. You think they're related to the Scaled Citadel? Damn House Baron. Wiping out half their city and bringing in horrors like these. At least I don't see a body around here, so I hope that means Varric's alive. You find anything? Injured? Hope he doesn't bleed out by the time we find him. Well, what's next? Varric must have fled in a hurry since his tracker's still here. So guess the rest is up to us. You got it. If he's bleeding, there's bound to be something. Let's head back down and see what we can find. And by we, I mean you. One person's junk, am I right?
The mineral content of this soil is ideal for producing root vegetables.
That's far enough, strangers. You want to tell me what you're doing on my property uninvited? Through here? You realize you're in the middle of nowhere. I can understand that, but I can't help you. The only people here are my partner Zen and our daughter Mila. No one comes around here. We're isolated, and that's the way we like it. That's a generous offer.
Irina, are you sure you know what you're doing?
Zen, yes, I know quite well. Never mind my partner, they're just overly cautious. As I said, we're isolated out here. We keep to ourselves. But we did aid an injured young man a few days ago.
That's gotta be Varric.
It's too coincidental. It must have been him. He had a pretty bad injury, but we were able to patch him up. He didn't want to stick around, though. Once he felt better, we sent him north. There's a long-abandoned growth farm we felt he could make use of. He claimed he lost everything in the incident that swallowed half of Dazra. He wanted to start a new life. We even gave him 2 of our own growths to get started.
Thanks for the help.
All must serve.
Interference with
It's been a minute since I stretched the old legs. Nothing going on out here. How about you? Find anything? Sounds like it's a waiting game then.
It seems I have uninvited guests. You want to explain yourselves?
Whoa, hey, it's me. Dang. Put the gun down already.
It's not you I'm concerned about. It's your friend. I wish I could say I was pleased to meet you, but something tells me this isn't a social call. Please, if you're here on my father's orders, allow me to plead my case. I am not sure how familiar you are with our culture, but all I've ever wanted was the right to choose. I was born House Veth'aal. I was raised to inherit the role of elder, to run the Ministry of State, to worship the Great Serpent. But I want none of it.
That's what I said when I first met him. But I came around.
It's never mattered how much I tried to reason with him. My father simply would not let me go. His pride and the fear of what it would mean for House Veth'aal is all he cares about. But it should matter. All I want is to make my own life. Something Tane understood and was willing to help me with.
The credits help too. But yeah, guess you got the whole scoop now. Yup, we had a few things to discuss. I lost my ship to the incident, so I didn't want Varric running off thinking I could just grab him and go. I was also out all the credits he was gonna pay me. That's where you came in. I figured, why not 2 for the price of 1?
So, now you know my true intentions for leaving, and given the circumstances, I may be here for some time. My hope now is to make the best of it here. I suppose I owe you that much. The truth is, the Scaled Citadel was the last straw. My people are so blinded by faith and politics, they don't see how it's destroying us. Anasko Varun eliminated half our population in the blink of an eye. My sister Vashti among them. I could no longer live in a society that won't put its people first. That would destroy itself in the name of a god that has done nothing for us. I understand that some people need faith as guidance, but Varun's society takes it too far. I hope you can see why I want to walk away from all this. To start my own life. I ask that you give me that chance. No, I can't go back. I want nothing to do with that life.
Wishful thinking. My ideas would be shut down left and right.
No. I know exactly what I am doing. I've never considered that. The recent events have only made things more clear. As I said, there's nothing you could say to make me go back. Please. All I want is to make my own life. To have my own freedom. Anything. Name it. My ring. Vashti gave it to me. It's all I have left of her since the cataclysm. The disaster took every physical reminder of her except for this ring. Just wiped her from existence. You're right. And I know Vashti would want it this way. Take it. I'll find solace in the fact that the ring will remain with my family. And now I hope we are done here. Thank you for seeing reason. I owe you both my life and freedom.
Now that's over with. I'm gonna hang back here, talk to Varric a bit. Besides, I don't want to be around when you break the news to Viktor. Do me a favor and find me at the Herald's Rest when you're done.
Remain ever vigilant. Heresy must be ended.
Let us speak. You're back. What news do you bring?
What have you done? Varric.
This blood is on your hands, Viktor. I hope you remember this. And I clearly said exceptions should be made.
No, it was Varric's choice. He knew the consequences.
You were his father. You were supposed to protect him. You think you are doing what is right out of some blind dedication, but you are destroying this house. You already lost one child. You had to murder the other.
Victoria!
I will not hear any more of this. It is done. Leave us.
Oh, I am leaving to mourn my nephew whose memory you disgrace with your very presence.
Victoria!
Leave her be, Luther. The Great Serpent will guide her. She will understand in time and emerge stronger for it. Indeed it does. Now, only one matter remains to discuss. Did you find anyone who aided my son in his treachery? Good. I also have heard nothing of my son's disappearance, so I appreciate your discretion in this matter. You restored order to this house, and have my gratitude. Here, the access code that Ekris needs to connect to the power grid. Now go. I have much to arrange.
If only you had allowed Varric to live.
What is it?
It is unfortunate. Nasco's research team rejected Sahima's theories. Did Viktor finally relinquish the access code? Excellent. We'll finally have the resources to fully charge the morning device. Now, give me a moment to set up the grid.